Yo, what's going on YouTube? And welcome back to Goal Line Hockey. It's your boy Kevin Forte, and today we are taking a look at the Boston Bruins being Stanley Cup frontrunners in 2023. Not necessarily what I thought I would be saying here in the beginning of this year, but listen, we're now at the end of January. We're really 3 months away from Stanley Cup playoff hockey, and the Boston Bruins at this point, I mean, they're likely to win the President's Trophy, and they are the best team in the National Hockey League. They seem to be the team to beat. You know, the other night I got to watch them against the New York Islanders and gracefully put my Islanders to bed. This is a really good Boston Bruins team. And when you look at what they've done this year, you know, some of the moves they made in the offseason kind of made you think, all right, well, are they trying to bring back magic that isn't really there, right? You know, the fantasy of David Krejci coming back and, you know, bringing in a new coach in Jim Montgomery. Like, how is this all going to work? Was the goaltending going to be as good as it was last year? You know, you got career record numbers from both Linus Ullmark and Jeremy Swayman. Would that continue this year? You know, the Bruins were banking on a lot of things going their way. And at this point, things continue to go their way, as currently they lead the National Hockey League standings by 12 points. So there is a 12-point gap between the 76-point Boston Bruins and the second-placed Carolina Hurricanes, who have 64 points, which, again, that is 6 more wins or 12 more points than the second-place team, which is absolutely incredible. The Bruins are just playing at a level nobody else is playing at this year. So what has led to the success of this hockey team? Well, obviously their 36-5-4 record has not hurt. This is a team that has found ways to win despite whatever is not going their way. They find a way to get things done. And a lot of that, again, is some of that leadership. Guys like David Krejci, Charlie Coyle, Bergeron, Marchand. You go up and down that lineup, there's a lot of winning and experience on this team. And the Bruins, you know, I remember in 2021, when they lost the Islanders in that second round series, a lot of people were kind of concerned about the Bruins at the time. You know, it was, you know, Tuukka Rask on the final year of his contract, and, you know, Krejci was basically destined to go to Europe, and the expectation was he wouldn't be returning, and you know, there was a little bit of a sense of, would the Bruins be able to reload? And 2 years later, yeah, last year was a little bit of a reset for the Bruins, but nonetheless, you know, they still put together a decent season. And here they are in 2022 and 2023, looking like legit Stanley Cup contenders. Not just a team that gets into the playoffs and wins a round or two. They look like a legit team that if they do not get to the Eastern Conference Finals or further, it would almost seem like a disappointment. And there's always been a team that has been very good at keeping the puck out of the net. But the difference is they've been scoring at a rate we haven't seen from the Bruins in quite a little while. Their production has gone up even more than what it's been. So their goals for this season, they've scored 173 goals this season, which is second best in the entire National Hockey League, only behind, I believe, the Buffalo Sabres. Their goals against, there's nobody better in the entire league. They've given up 96 goals this season, which is first in the National Hockey League. And you look at some other interesting stats here for the Boston Bruins. Their special teams has been quite good. The average penalty kill in the league is around 78%. The Bruins are eclipsing 86, very close to 87% on the penalty kill, which is phenomenal. Absolutely top 5 in the National Hockey League, if not first. Their penalty kill, their power play, very similar. The average power play is around 22%. The Bruins are over 27% on the power play. So just to give some insight, the Bruins are top 10 absolutely in both categories, if not even top 5. The Bruins special teams has been a critical part of their success this season, and that's kind of where things start for the Bruins. You need to have good special teams. You need to be able to score that power play goal once a game, at the very least, and they've been able to do that at least once a game, if not twice or even 3 times. You look at their top point producers, it's not even close. And it's no real surprise here. Don't think it's a coincidence that David Pastrnak is having the season of all seasons in a contract year where he's expected to get some big dough this coming summer. He is leading the team in points with 63 points, 35 goals, 28 assists in only 45 games played this season. He's 26 years old, in the prime of his NHL career, and I would expect nothing less from Pasta this season. But you're also getting some key contributions from some of those other guys in the core four, right? As you would say, Marchand, Krejci, and Bergeron are 1, 2, 3, and 4 on this Boston Bruins team in points. Now, another key factor here for the Bruins has been their goaltending. And Linus Ullmark, he's got 24 wins this season in 29 games, which is absolutely phenomenal. With a 24-2-1 record, he's only gotten pulled from 2 games this entire season, which is pretty good. He's got 2 shutouts to his name, a 1.88 goals against average, so that's under 2 goals a game, and a .937 save percentage, which the average save percentage this season across the entire league is .902. That is, again, basically video game numbers from Linus Ullmark. Huge shout out to him, as he is the All-Star representative, or one of the representatives of the Bruins this year, along with David Pastrnak. But Jeremy Swayman, who's played 18 games this year, has also fared pretty well. He's got 11 wins of his own, a .916 save percentage, and a .227 save percentage, as 2.27 goals against average. So the Bruins in between the pipes have been really, really good. When you have a team total of a .931 save percentage, you're doing something right. And that's really how the Bruins have found ways to win. You look at some of their recent games, this is a team that is able to win any way you want to win. And that has been a key contribution to their success. Now, you look at their longest winning streak this season. They've had 2 back-to-back 7-game winning streaks. Earlier on this season, at one point, they were 17-2-0. So 17 wins and 2 losses through the first 19 games of the season. That is, again, you hate to toot their horn here, but at a record of 19-3-0 at one point, the Bruins have really they have not lost a lot of games. And recently, they've had 4-game winning streaks. So they've had 3 different 4-game winning streaks here since the beginning of December. They've found a way to not consistently lose games. They haven't had back-to-back losses. Oh my God. Wow. Yeah. So just to put in context, I can't believe that's actually, that is 100% true. We are now game 45 into the season for the Boston Bruins, okay? The Bruins have not lost consecutive games, back-to-back games, yet this season. Just think about that for a minute. And that's why their record at 36-5-4 is so impressive. So, considering the fact that they had those 2 7-game winning streaks back before we even hit Thanksgiving earlier last year, they never fell off after that. We saw a couple of teams do really well, right? Of course, there's people honking at 8 o'clock in the morning. That's what people do. The Boston Bruins have not fallen off. It's very easy to get complacent, right? You have those 2 big winning streaks. Your record looks the way it does at 20-3. It is so easy to sit high and mighty and say, listen, we're playing well. We can slack off a little bit. We could take off this. We could take off that. They haven't done that. This is a team that is, again, it comes down to those core 4 players, right? Marchand, Pastrnak, Bergeron, and Krejci. Those are your 4 core guys. And they lead by example. And this Bruins team takes to that. And they are playing the way they are. They are so consistent basically to the point where it's almost psychopathic. But the Boston Bruins are the team to beat right now. And scary as it is, they have nothing to lose this year. I could see them as a team that goes out there and picks up a Patrick Kane or picks up a Timo Meier and looks to bolster up the roster to go for it this year. Because the Boston Bruins have nothing to lose. They have nothing to lose this season because they know that Bergeron, Krejci, Marchand, all those guys, that group is not guaranteed to be here next year. And kudos to the staff there in Boston in what they've done there, in the ability to retool this team on the fly. Because it would have been very easy back in 2021, 2 years ago, to just say, listen, Krejci's gone, Bergeron's on the final year of a deal. It could have been very easy for them to lose all these players and for this team to be broken up and not where they are today. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Do you guys think the Bruins are legit? Do you think they maybe fall victim to the taboo of maybe winning the President's Trophy and getting swept in the first round? Let me know what you guys think down below. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you again next time. Peace.